Got it. Okay. So the psychology of trading. You already learned about uh, the psychology of triangle psychology, right?
Yeah.
Of like you coming in as like a gambler, and then become like a learner, and then you will be a survivor, which means that you already select your portfolio, then you become enlightened, and then you become a capitalist. This is when you are using trading as just a tool to grow in your portfolio. And this is the basics. Okay. I'm going to go through the a more advanced one. Is that you're going to start out with either a demo or the penny portfolio, the cent portfolio, where the micro portfolio, where $1 is equal to $100 in that portfolio. So you won't get affected by the amount of money because you know you're not going to earn anything. That's when you started out. Now, once you actually move on from that, once you actually have your strategy worked out, you're going to move on to what I call the small portfolio, which is what you are currently right now. So this small portfolio recommendation will be enough money that it make you gain like maybe a few like pocket money, but not something that you can earn a living off. So for you, it might be like $1,000, and I recommend minimum $1,000 because it's easier to doing money management. So a small portfolio for everybody is different, but in the end, it's about earning like a small pocket change. So this small portfolio, once you actually master it, you can see the consistent return every single month. You will move on to the big portfolio. And this is when things are getting complicated because like there is expectation that you're going to be earning money out of this. You want to be earning living out of this. You want to quit your job. You want to, that's a lot of psychology pressure that will be on this big portfolio. So the first time I did it, I remember I made it like 2K, 3K, 5K a month, and then there will be this one time where I grew from like $10,000 up to like 20, up to like $30,000. Then it started really to affect my judgment and really to affect my game that it fall all the way down and I pretty much blew my account. The reason is because like the big portfolio come with the psychological pressure that you really need to remember back how you were making money in this small portfolio. So I want you to make this money in this small portfolio for like at least 2-3 months so that you remember when you go into that big portfolio, and always when you learn, think in terms of percentage. Always think in terms of percentage, because if you can think in terms of percentage, you can translate it back and say that, okay, big portfolio is not going to be that different. And it's just going to go, because like what will happen is once you start to make $200, $300, like what you see here, like $700, you start to translate that into real world money, which make add another psychological pressure for you to like either close or make the right decision, make the right call. And with enough pressure, it is not going to be good for you. So you don't want to relate the money, the big portfolio, as the money that you'll be using in the real world. You want to always relate it back to the percentage that you were doing in that small account. So make sure when you actually trade it in your small account, track it, how much of a drawdown you will experience it, how much gain in percentage you are doing with your portfolio in that small account. And once you actually gain that, move on and slowly increasing your portfolio and make sure that always relate back to these two. If you feel like, oh, your psychology cannot take it, if you, let's say, you draw down for like 20-30% of that big portfolio, that's a big deal. You always have to lead it back. Did that happen in that small portfolio? If you can't remember, always go back to that small portfolio. Always draw it back because you don't want to risk your big portfolio because that money, I don't know how big is you consider big. You know, because like for $10,000 for me is big portfolio because I can, you know, living off it. However, some people big portfolio mean like 100 grand, $1 million, and that is something that they might not be able to acquire as easily if they blew it. So you always do this. Think in terms of percentage, going back to big portfolio. Make sense?
Makes sense.
And the next one, this is going to be like the biggest one, is where the pro traders like me, live trading, signal, and copy trading. So this will be the last step where there's huge lots of money. There's a lot of money to be made in this stage. However, don't do it. You want to risk your own money, teach people how to make their own money. It's always better. I don't suggest anybody to come to this stage, but I know every single broker, everyone want pro trader to work for them and, you know, give the people, you know, the easy way to make money. However, if your psychological is not strong, if your trading style is not strong, if you haven't had enough experience, it is very difficult to stay as a pro trader. I know people who can do live trade, who can do signal, and then they move on to the copy trading, and then they just blew their mind. They quit trading, even though they made millions of dollars doing like regular trading, making their account, and they said, I want to give back to the people, so I'm going to do copy trading and make money for the people. The psychological pressure coming in is too hard, and he basically like, I'm not trading anymore. Basically, he had enough money to quit for life already, and he just, you know what, I'm done. And that's where people get broken. So as a pro trader, I'm slowly moving on to live trade, like I did right now. I'm moving on to like signal. I did this signal before. I'm going back to live trade. I was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. There are days that I feel like this month I've been losing for like a couple weeks straight. I don't have that. You know, in live trade, maybe I can like be more myself because I can talk to a lot. But giving signal where a lot of people actually count on me is a whole different field. So I was like, I can't do it before. I don't think I'm going to do it now. So it's slowly. And I did try copy trading before as well. It doesn't work out as well. So this is the next level of difficulty that I don't want you to get into. I want you to focus on this, that small portfolio moving on to that big portfolio. Back and forth. Okay?
Okay.
So that's how you're gonna be able to improve, and that will be your next level game. Alright? So if you like this, click like, subscribe, and be sure to follow my channel. Have a profitable day.
Really cool.